Hello, and welcome back to another Sunday edition of Mattie's Rap. I'm your host, the multiple award-winning author Matt D. Talford, author of a couple of amazing books that I will tell you about at the end of this video. For now, I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to try to do this in rapid fashion. Notice when I say I try, sometimes it doesn't come out that way. But I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to do it today. How's that? How's that? Take your own advice, Matt. I've heard that from some very special people in my life. They know who they are watching this. Matt, take your own advice. You give great advice. Take your own advice. I'm going to do this in short fashion today. I'm going to hold myself to it, make this a quick video. You know, when you hear stuff in the woods, you got to turn around and see what it is, right? I'm protected, but still, I don't want to have to use no physical, to deal with nothing. Though I will if I have to. Anyway, back to my point today. And before I go any further, let me thank my returning subscribers. I love you guys. You guys have helped me to achieve a major milestone. I wanted to get over 1,000 subscribers before the end of summer, and you guys have helped me to do that. Could not have done it without you. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly love, value, and appreciate, and thank God for each and every one of you. If this is your first time watching my channel, stick around. I think you're going to enjoy the content. You were drawn here for a reason. Something about the energy in this video, the title, something, drew you to this video. So I invite you to stick around, watch this video, subscribe if you like it, give it a thumbs up if you like it, give it a thumbs up right now if you feel so moved to do so, okay? And share this content with people that you know that need to hear it. Now, wanted to get that out of the way because I love you guys, and thank you again if you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching me. So, what are we talking about today, Matt? We're talking about prayer. We're talking about prayer, all right? So, have you ever, and this occurred to me today, this is a download that I want to share with you guys. Have you ever been in a situation where you're minding your own business, you're walking about your day, whatever, doing whatever, and the Spirit hits you with inspiration that says, stop what you're doing and pray for XYZ person. And you do it. You stop what you're doing and you pray for that person. You guys know that I always say the central theme in the underlying theme in everything that I write. You guys know I'm an author. I just said that a minute ago. The underlying theme in everything that I write is that with every what, there is a connected why. Sorry, just sitting on concrete here, had to readjust. With every what, there's a connected why. I'm going to tell you guys why you are urged to stop what you're doing and pray for whatever that person's name is that you were divinely guided or divinely instructed to pray for, and why it's important to do so. Some of you might say, Matt, I believe that the why, the Spirit told me to stop and pray for this person on this day. The why is that person told me they were going through this thing at the same hour that I prayed for them. That part is true. But there's an even deeper reason why you watching this video were directed to stop what you were doing and pray for that particular person. And this is the download I received today, because today I was directed to stop and pray for a certain person. And I'm gonna tell you, or a certain group of people actually. And let me tell you something. That has not happened for me in a very long time. I grew up in church. You guys know my background. Some of you have heard me say it ad nauseum. From as far back as I can remember, which is around 4 years old, as far back as I can remember up until age 16, on average, I was in church probably about 12 hours a week, on average. My whole life, over that period, over that span of time, from birth to age 16 or so, I averaged about 12 hours a week in church, okay? So I've heard this theme before, stop what you're doing and pray. I've even heard pastors say, they do group prayers for 7 days this week, we're all going to stop, we're going to fast until noon, and at noon we're going to pray for a certain person, blah, 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 okay? And then, you do that. But today, this has not happened for me in a very long time, and today, the Spirit stopped me. I came into the office today, I was like, okay, I'm going to get some studying done, going to catch up on some training, and I had no intentions of doing a video. Today is Sunday, whatever the date is today. I want to say it's the 18th maybe the 19th, I don't know. It's Sunday. It's some Sunday in the middle of September, all right? I don't have my my calendar in front of me, and I'm on this app, so this video thing. So anyway, let me stop. I took y'all off the road a little bit. Badoo. Let me get it back on the road, all right? Anyway, today I was directed. I came in here. I just came in here to do a few things and try to get back home and maybe catch one of these 1 o'clock football games or whatever. And the Spirit said, stop what you're doing and pray for this person. And pray for that person too. And pray for that person too. And I was like, listen, I didn't even ponder it because I've not heard that voice with that direction in years. I can't remember the last time. So I stopped what I was doing. I think what I was doing at that time was I was heating my breakfast up. I made some homemade pancakes this morning, brought them to work with me, and I was brewing a pot of coffee. Just gonna have some coffee and pancakes, whatever. Pancakes with pistachios. I love my pancakes, whatever. Walnuts typically, but then if I don't have any walnuts, I'll do the pistachios. But anyway, we're not talking about food right now. I get excited about food. Back to prayer. So I stopped what I was doing. I got on my knee, took one knee, and started praying. And after I got done praying for that person, the Spirit gave me this download that I'm sharing with you guys right now. The reason why you were directed to pray for that person is because there is something inside of you that the Creator placed within you that is a part of your soul's makeup, okay? Now, I'm not talking about your body. This body is what you receive when you come to this earth. This is your vehicle. This is your spaceship. This body is your spaceship. It is a ship that you pilot to operate within this space that we live in. This realm that is air, water, fire, and earth, wind, all of that. The earth, okay? Everything underneath the firmament, underneath the heavens. This is your spacesuit to operate within that space. But your soul is made up of energies. You are a collection of energy. You are an amalgamation of different types of energies that make up who you are. And you are the same lifetime through lifetime. Now, for those of you that don't, believe in reincarnation, I get it, okay? I've never been somebody who didn't, to be honest, but I kind of bought into that indoctrination that you live one time and then you either die and spend eternity in heaven or die and spend eternity in hell, when the reality is we're eternal beings, so we're already in eternity, all right? But that's another story for another day, all right? There is something within your soul's makeup that the Most High put there that only you can give to that person that you were stopped and directed to pray for. There's an energetic socket connection that can only be made to access something in you that is going to activate something in that person or in that situation at that moment. That is the reason why the Most High, the Creator, the Spirit of righteousness, the Spirit of truth, the Spirit, use whatever label you want, the energy source, that is why you are directed by that divine energy to stop what you're doing and pray for that person. Because at that moment, you are the only person that can activate that thing. It is you. There is something about your energy that is going to mix with that other person's energy. It's like in a chemistry lab, okay? If you want a certain chemical reaction, there's only one chemical that's going to give off this reaction, that when you mix that chemical with that chemical, that type of reaction is released. That type of energy is released. There's only one chemical. You use a different chemical, and you're not going to get the same response, okay? All right? It's the same as in the kitchen, all right? If you want to make smoked paprika chicken, well, guess what? Or smoked paprika steak or whatever. You can't go and use any type of paprika. Yeah, that's paprika. But if you want smoked paprika chicken or whatever, you have to use smoked paprika. All right? And if you want it to have a certain flavor profile, that smoked paprika has got to come from a certain region in the world for you to get that particular flavor profile. This is why no two cooks are the same. You can have two cooks making the same dish, they're going to taste different. They're going to taste different. It could be the same dish name, it's going to taste different with two different cooks. There is something in you that is required for an energetic connection with that person to activate. I got you guys, I tell you all the time in my videos, powerful prayer is activation. It's not requesting. Yeah, requesting is a form of prayer. God, I need, or Father, can you bless me with blah blah. Yeah, requesting is a form of prayer, but powerful prayer is activation. Let me show you an example of powerful prayer. Genesis chapter 1. Let there be light. That was a prayer. Y'all may not realize that. That was the highest form, a command. A command coupled with faith and belief, that a knowing. You guys, I watched my video on manifestation, the ultimate manifestation hack. Knowing is the ultimate manifestation hack. There is nothing higher. When you know that something is going to happen, that you place energetic activation into, it's going to manifest. It's a matter of divine timing. So therefore, powerful prayer is activation. It is activation. So for a certain thing to be activated at a certain time, it requires certain energies. I didn't even say individuals. I said energies, because you are energy. You are energy. You are energy, okay? You are energy. At the moment of conception, your energy, there's some divine spark that takes place that begins the process of your energy coming into this realm. At the moment of so-called death, there's no death. Your energy just exits the vehicle. When you're looking at a person at a funeral, you're not looking at that person, you're looking at the vehicle that they once occupied. Okay? That energy is still there. That energy is just gone back for judgment and reassignment. Hey, how did I do? How did I do? What did I always tell you guys? This could be its own video. The two most important questions that anybody can ask themselves is, what did I come here to do, and am I doing it? Because guess what? You're going to be judged when you leave here on whether or not you completed what you came here to do. Now, there's a karmic piece of that, you know, and the church establishment pretty much deals with the karma piece. They don't deal with the purpose piece. They deal with the karma. By and large, they deal with the karma piece. Hey, if you do this, you're going to be judged. If you do that, yeah, you know that if you do this and if you do that part, they're usually talking about so-called sin, and they're talking about the karma that's attached to it. Yeah, you're going to be judged. Hey, you know what? We sent you to earth to do this thing. You didn't complete that task. And by the way, not only did you not complete what you went there to do, you did X, Y, and Z to these people, so you got to pay for that too, because everything has got to be balanced. Or, well, yeah, you know, you completed your task, but you did some things that you gotta repay that weren't repaid while you were in that vehicle. So they get deferred to the next vehicle, and you're gonna repay them. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. That's written. Okay. So yeah. That's what prayer is about. Activation. Get back on that activation piece. All right. I know I got sidetracked there. Activation. So at the moment, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to wrap this up. The reason why you are directed, you know, you can ask yourself, you know what? And I used to ask this question. I used to be like, well, you know, man, this person knows so many other people. Why am I asking? Why am I being directed to go pray for this person? Like, you know, this person knows this person. Hey, that person's prayer life is more powerful than mine. We got to stop doing that, y'all. We got to stop. I know this person can get a prayer through. We got to stop doing that, y'all. The Most High commanded you to stop what you were doing and pray for a person. And guess what? When you begin to pray for that person, a lot of times you don't even know why you're praying for them. But guess what? Knowing why that's not even necessary. Because knowledge of why, that's consciousness. That is your ego. That is your physical self. That's your lower self. No, that's got nothing to do with energy. You don't have to know why. Your soul knows why. Your soul knows everything. You have an oversoul, and then you have your consciousness. Your oversoul is always driving the ship. Sometimes you do things you don't even know why you're doing them. Now I'm talking about positive. I ain't necessarily talking about the negative stuff, whatever. But everything has a purpose. Even when you think you're doing something negative, it sets off a chain reaction of events that eventually leads to something positive happening in your life sooner or later. All right? Sooner or later. So don't even be so hard on yourself and judging yourself. All right? Energy. Stop giving people more power than they deserve in your own mind. There's a reason why God asked you. He didn't ask the pastor to stop and pray for that person. You got a connection with that person that nobody else has. And there's something within you that you probably are not even aware of that is required, that when you give thought energy to that person, in whatever comes out of your mouth or out of your spirit while you are praying for them, that is all that is required. And it goes in and does what it's supposed to do behind the scenes and activates an outcome that the Most High intended. We got to understand that we're very powerful. We're powerful beings, but we're also powerful vessels. We are vessels. If the Most High needs a hammer to hammer a nail down, guess what? You got a hammer. If he needs a wine pitcher to pour wine into and then pour out to something else, guess what? He selects that pitcher off of the thing. We are tools and vessels for the will of the Most High. We got to remember that too. Yes, we're individual beings. Yes, he said, let us create man in our own image and our own likeness. So therefore he made us gods underneath him. Of course we're gods underneath him. What do gods do? What do? They create. They create and they destroy. Those are just two things that gods do. Do we not have creation and destruction power? Does not a man have the same ability to conceive in his mind something that he wants? Hey, you know what? I'm going to build a house. I'm going to do it in 6 months. I'm going to do it with my own hands. He conceived that in his mind. And then when you see that house that he finished in 6 months, that is the manifestation of a concept that was created in the spirit realm. All right? Now, did he not invoke God power when he conceived something with thought and then manifested? God power. Cannot that same man take his bare hands and tear that house down? You can physically tear a house down with your bare hands. You don't have to set it on fire or send a wrecking ball. You can physically tear a house down with your hands and feet. Yes, you can. You have that type of power. You just don't even think about it. But you have that, that's God. All right? He created us. He said, let us create man in our own image, our own likeness. He created us to be gods beneath him. Lesser gods. No, we're not all powerful, but we're powerful. So remember that. Remember that when the Most High, when the Creator, when Source, when the Divine, whatever label you want to use, that is fitting. We're just labeling an energy. It's still an energy, okay? It's still an energy. I can put a Lay's potato chips label on the bag of Doritos. When you open it, it's still Doritos. And I'm not promoting any brands that create processed foods that are not good for us anymore. That stuff ain't even the same as it was when I was a kid. It's got so much stuff in it, but I'm not going down that path. All right? Sorry, I got about to get mad about something I ain't got to get mad about, all right? Anyway, so that's all I want to share with y'all. That's the reason. I know this video went a little bit longer than I would have liked for it to, but shout out to each and every one of y'all out there that has hit me up and said to me, because I said something in another video where I was like, you know, some people have said, hey, Matt, you need to break these videos up, make them smaller, whatever. And my response to that person was, I pour out what the Most High pours into me. I pour out what the Most High pours into me. I'm just a vessel. If it's too long, it's not for you. But to shout out to all of those people that said, Matt, I don't like your short videos. I love the way you break stuff down, and I like to digest it. So the longer videos are my preference. I've had people tell me that. So shout out to those of you. I'm not doing long videos just for the sake of doing long videos. I don't do short videos just for the sake of doing short videos. I pour out what the Most High pours into me. I am but a vessel. I am but a vessel. That's it. So say this for the last time and wrap it up. When the Most High stops you and says, stop what you're doing. You could be driving. Hey, go pull over in that restaurant, go pull over in that parking lot over there, roll your windows up and stop and pray for this person. Do it. Do it then. Because there is an energetic connection that needs to be made between you and that person, or you and that group of people at that very moment. At that very moment. Time and distance, they're illusions. Time and distance are illusions. You are energetic. Listen, there's no distance between you and I watching this video right now. You could be on the other side of the planet. All right? I'm in the United States. I'm on the East Coast of the United States right now. You could be in Australia watching this video. You could be anywhere on the planet watching this video. There's no distance between us. Physical distance, yes. But there's no distance between us because you are making an energetic connection and you hear me and you're experiencing me right now. When you open a book and read something that was written 3,000 years ago, you are hearing the voice of the person who wrote it, as if they're talking to you. Time and distance are illusions, okay? So there is something that is required by you at that time, no matter where that person is on the planet, that is required, that's within you, that is required to activate something in that person's life. So stop what you're doing and don't miss your blessing. If you do it, you're going to get your blessing. You're going to get a blessing out of nowhere that's like, well, God, why did I receive this? You didn't know that your simple obedience to the instruction. Remember my last video, was it 10 Commandments or instructions? Remember that video. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. 10 Commandments or instructions. When God commands something, it is so. It's done, period. God don't make a commandment and then it not get done. So I'm even getting away from that whole when God commands you to do something, because if God commands you to do something, you do it. No, these are instructions. When God instructs you to do something, there's a blessing with following the instructions, just like there's a blessing in following the instructions for a recipe. The blessing is the cake came out perfectly the way that the original chef intended for you to experience it. But when you veer away from the instructions and you do something and that cake doesn't come out right, well, guess what? You didn't follow the instructions. It's the same way with the Most High. When He instructs you to do something, there's blessings built in. When you don't follow the instructions, the opposite of blessings is what? Curses, right? It's real simple, real simple. So you are powerful beyond measure. You are more powerful than you know you are, okay? It is time. We're in a season now where the veil is falling. They talked about how the veil was rent when the Messiah gave up His life on a hill called Golgotha. How the veil in the temple rent, representing that, hey, no more does man need a high priest to go before the Most High. He's got access to the Holy of Holies now. Come boldly before the throne of grace. Well, guess what? There's a new unveiling within the earth right now. There's a new tearing of the veil within the earth right now. Knowledge, ancient knowledge is coming through right now like never before. You are more powerful than you realize. Understand that. You have power to create, power to destroy, but not above the will of the Most High. So keep that in mind too. Because some of y'all out here got people you want to destroy and you ain't doing. Proverbs 26 and 27. I'll cite it right now. He who diggeth the pit will fall in it, and he who rolls a stone, it will roll back on him. So if you're out here trying to jam somebody up, you're going to get that too. Yeah, I'm watching you, whatever you are back there. Probably a little animal. You can't get the drop on me. I'm divinely protected. All right? And then I got strength I can access if I need to. Just like you do. Just like you do, all right? Fear no man. Fear no man. Fear no man. All right? I love y'all. I don't even want to cut this video off because I feel this connection that we have right now. I do not want to cut it off, but I got to go. All right? I want to go get this video uploaded for you guys. Remember, when the Spirit urges you to stop what you're doing and pray for somebody, understand that is because there is something within you, within your soul's makeup, within the energy of your soul that only you can activate within that person. And that's why God asked you to do it. That's why. So if God asks you to stop and do it, don't go and say, hey, mama, can you pray for such and such? Or hey, daddy, I want you to stand in the gap for such and such. None of that's necessary. God said, just stop what you're doing and pray for that person. Whatever comes out is what's going to need to come out. That's it. It's in your soul. You don't have to know. You don't even have to know what to say. For those of you that say, well, God told me to stop and pray for him, but I don't know what to say. You don't even need to know what to say. Just sit there and meditate on that person. Your soul is doing the work. Remember, your oversoul is driving. We are in a period, we're in a season in divine timing and order where we're beginning to see the convergence of our lower selves and our higher selves, which was the intentional or the originally intended design anyway. But things don't happen prior to their season. Things do not happen until it's the season for them. This is why the leaves fall off in the fall and they come back in the spring. You can want those leaves to come back in the middle of December all you want. They're not going to come back. There's divine timing that takes place. And guess what? If in that divine timing and order, he does not want to turn that temperature such that it is right for those things, you could see winter in the middle of the summer and those trees are still not going to blossom. This is why sometimes we see blossoms in a month early or 2 months early. God does all things in accordance with his own will. And that's divine timing. We don't know divine timing. And we also don't have to know why he told us to stop and pray for a person. And you do not have to know what to say. Just sit there and meditate. If the words don't come out and you don't hear them, or you don't hear them with your inner ear, your third eye, your sixth eye, your sixth chakra, okay? If you don't hear them, if you cannot perceive those words, if you cannot perceive that conversation within your sixth chakra, when you're praying for somebody, it does not matter. Just give thought to that person. That thought energy alone might be all that's needed. That might be all that's needed. Prayer ain't all the time, oh, Father, oh, Jesus. Sometimes all you need to simply do is meditate on a person. Your soul, your oversoul does the rest energetically. That's all I got for y'all, family. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'm an award-winning author, 2 books, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, a tale of how mindset can help you to achieve the impossible. You got to check that book out. Your mindset can help you achieve that which others have said is impossible. Mindset, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor Story, award-winning book. Check it out. The links are below. You can also get it on Kindle, Apple iBooks, and you can also get it on audiobook. And then there's Stuck in an Elevator, a tale of passion and self-discovery, a fictitious tale of passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline. And the moral of the story there is, never judge a book by its cover. All right, family, I love you guys. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. Love is an action word. It means nothing if you don't show it, okay? If you say I love you and you never show it, those are empty words, okay? You're probably lying. Just keeping it for real. Let me just put that out there, all right? Show it. And sometimes you can show somebody love and they can feel it without you even saying the words, I love you. So tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You show it. Peace, y'all.